Oh, hello there. What's everybody up to? I'm just doing this right now because, one, it was asked for, and two, I'm going to be filming Raised by Wolves here in just a little bit, so figured, let's make a whole thing of it. Why was your lecture so bad? Was it like, a shitty racist professor? Was it like super boring? Was he just like a jerk to you? I've had a teacher of all three of those things before, so I'm curious. Please ignore my acne, by the way. I think you all know by now, I don't really get acne. And these two little sons of bitches right here, ooh. First of all, that shit hurted. Second of all, they're like so ugly. Like, I hate that. I said I don't really get acne. I'm not a fan. I can rotate the colors out here. Oh, thank you, Fletcher. It's nice to hear, but that's still... I'm thankful for the masks in that regard, but also not thankful for the mask because it's definitely the reason it's there. But yeah, that last Euphoria episode, though... I knew that video was gonna do well and that people would freak out. As soon as I like finished watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna like blow up. This is a big episode. It was damn good too. It was damn good. Might be just drinking my Arnold Palmer. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Hey, Mackenzie. Hey, Zakia. And Aubrey, are you going to tell me what happened in this lecture? I'm so curious now. You can't begin the story and then not complete it. What's up, Sean? It has been a long time. Glad to see you. Have you been watching Euphoria, Sean? Hey, Lucia. Ooh. I'm trying to pronounce Daisatsusen. I'm trying to think how you would pronounce that in German, because I don't know if that's a German word or not. It looks kind of German, but at the same time, I've never heard it, and I've studied quite a bit of German. Daisatsusen? That's kind of hard to say, actually. But nice. Oh yeah, you definitely should, Sean. It's a damn good show. I know a lot of people get turned off from it for various reasons, but I don't know. I think it's a show you gotta see. Oh, you just got done watching Book of Boba Fett. I considered watching an episode right here on this stream with you all. We can still do that if you want, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do reactions for it on my channel. The hype phase has ended. I never really had that much interest in watching the show in the first place, so yeah, if you want to watch it here on stream, I'm down. I look different. Is that a good or a bad thing? Like, look different as in, I look worse? Is it the hat? I can take the hat off. Just wasn't a great hair day, you know? Do I look more like myself with it facing forward? Just got back from sculpture class. Very nice. I am doing very good. I just got out of the shower a little bit ago, and I don't know if any of you have the same experience, but sometimes, like, after you've left the shower, you know, you've dried off, you've brushed your teeth, you've done all of whatever, as soon as you're, like, dressed and then go sit down somewhere else, you're just like, I feel so good. Like, I feel so good right now. I don't know if anyone else has had that same experience, but that's kind of me right now. Oh, you like the hat? Good. I know, I'll keep the hat on, don't you worry. My hair looks like shit today, it's staying on. In a good way. Sick! Yahara from New York City, very cool. Did I mispronounce that? Is it Yahara or Yahira? I would assume Yahara. Episode 5 and 6 were good, the finale was alright. That's kind of what I'm hearing. I've intentionally avoided all of Grace's reviews, though, and, you know, almost everything I can to not spoil the show for me. I did get spoiled at least 2 big things that happen in that episode 5 and 6, but those are the reasons that almost made me watch the show in the first place. I was like, oh, well, if that happens, then I kind of want to see it. I don't get shocked by most moments because I've had those types of arguments with my mother, and we both have grown so much and much. Aw. I mean, to be fair, when I was growing up, Rue, this is going to sound super shitty. Mallory, if you're watching, I swear I'm not trying to call you out right now. But when I was growing up, my sister was deep into addiction and everything, and like what I saw in that episode with Rue is not word for word, obviously, but just so accurate to things I saw, you know, every other month at home. I say every other month because there were fights all the time, but like a huge explosion like that, those are a little more rare. Yahira, okay, thank you. Oh no, it is Yahira, okay, sorry. Yahira, got it. On time and late at the same time. Yeah, well, you know. Isn't that how it goes? Oh, I gotta go to work soon? Damn. I gotta go to work in the morning, if that counts as soon. It feels like it. I'll be catching up on a lot of TV soon. We'll be out of work for 6 weeks. Oh, shit. What happened? If you don't, you know, mind me asking. Obviously, don't go into detail if it's none of my damn business, which it's not. Excuse you. Not yet, for real. No problem. Oh, you like the Lovecraft reactions? Cool. I love that show. Oh, you're on break right now? Well, thank you for sharing your break with me. Is this supposed to... Oh, okay. It's supposed to go there. The big C, of course. Of course. On the plus side, it seems going into February, Omicron is still, you know, a very real big thing, but it seems like things are kind of easing up as usual. I mean, I'm guessing it's just going to be like this for the remainder of our 20s and 30s, or, you know, whatever ages we are, for like the next 2 decades. I kind of expect it to just be like in the wintertime, we're all masked up, cooped inside. And during the summertime, everyone forgets about it, and we all go back to normal, and then comes winter again. Like, I'm pretty sure that's just gonna be the way of life for a long time, because, I don't know, I don't see any of these other people getting vaccinated at this point. Oh, is that so, Sakia? Thank you. I used to be a skater. Thank you very much. Like, no joke. I actually, when I was, I don't know, like 12, 13 years old, I used to skateboard all the time, and I was okay. And I will not say I was good. I was not good, but I could do a kickflip. I could grind a rail. I could skate down a ramp with relative ease. So yeah. If I tried to get on a skateboard this very moment, I would eat shit so fast. I hope everyone is doing good too, Angel Lover. Over here, they're considering removing all COVID restrictions at the end of the month. Yeah, see, it's like I said, we're starting to pass the, you know, kind of scary Omicron hump. Like, it's still there, but it's starting to dwindle ever so slightly. So everyone's like, all right, everyone get ready to just drop everything. We're gonna go back to normal, and then I guarantee, come October, November, it's just gonna be the exact same shit that happened this year, or last year. Thank you, Emiliano. There's talk that the flu shot will be combined with COVID. I mean, if it works, that'd be a good idea. I'm sure that'll piss off a lot of people, though. And they're like, now I can't even get a flu shot without having to get vaccinated for COVID. Thank you, Fletcher. Thank you. You too, Yahira. Oh, that... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't even mean to be laughing right now. This is genuine awkward laughing. I am so sorry about that. I'm glad you caught it early, though, and that it'll be okay. Still, that really, really sucks. You'll be in my thoughts, absolutely. But yes, I'm very glad you caught it early. What am I doing down there? Grinding. Being a delinquent. What else is new? I do find it kind of funny that I was like, hey, we could all watch Boba Fett if you want, and not a single person was like, let's do it. Or I think maybe one person did, but still. It was like, no one really jumped on that one. They were like, I guess. Sounds like I'm carving wood. No, not right now anyways. A boy band member? Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. That actually makes me really happy to hear. Oh my god, it's One Direction. My coworker loves Harry Styles. And she makes it clear, like, I'm obviously not as good looking as Harry Styles, but she's like, you have the exact same hairline as Harry Styles. And I was like, oh, alright, cool. Yes, but it could have been much worse. But still. Are you saying that you are like Boba Fett, as in similar personality-wise? You know, fell into what is that monster called? I don't know. I lost it. I can't say the joke now because I don't remember what the fucking creature's called. Now you gotta watch Obi-Wan. I will be watching Obi-Wan. As opposed to Boba Fett, I actually give a shit about Obi-Wan. And I know that might piss some people off because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, Boba Fett's one of the coolest characters. And Sarlacc, thank you so much. But, I don't know. Boba Fett's just so fucking boring to me. Like, as a concept, cool character, sure. But he's in the movies for, what, like 5 minutes? Literally, like 5 minutes on screen. I don't understand why people, like, hopped on the Boba Fett train so hard. And then in The Mandalorian, they did make him cooler. I was like, okay, I see why. people, saw potential here. But then when they were like, let's do a whole show about him, I'm like, I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care that much. Obi-Wan, though, I got extreme attachment to Obi-Wan. I love Obi-Wan. So yes, I'll be watching that. What's your favorite thing to do? Just watch the finale? Anyone else think of Rue running through traffic like Frogger IRL? No, I definitely did not. I realized after the fact too, in my review, I said that there's like no CGI in this episode, but I was wrong because there is that scene of her crossing the street, which was definitely CGI. At the very least, a lot of green screens, which I didn't see anything. There was no like moment where I saw the seam, so very good. I don't know, Emma. My mom probably. Should probably lower those. Making sure you can't see like any personal information on my desk. I mean, that's my wallet, but you can't see anything in it. Right? Okay, yeah. I think we're good. I'm into Boba Fett. It's not bad. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't be into it. I didn't understand why there was like a huge hype for the character. Like before the show, I mean. The show itself, I was just like, maybe I don't really care. But I still want to watch it at some point. I just, wasn't eager to be quick about it. Oh, that's okay, Felipe. I have a crush on me too sometimes. That's an absolute lie. I'm very, very hard on myself. I just won't watch anything Star Wars anymore, just the best other films. All I'm saying is, I think if you haven't watched The Mandalorian, I think you should. I think that is genuinely, pure, unadulterated, good Star Wars. It feels genuine. It doesn't feel like the Disney movies, and it doesn't feel like the prequels either, so I will recommend watching just that. If you have to watch anything Star Wars, just watch that. Watch the last 3 episodes and you will enjoy it. Yeah, but if it's only good for 3 episodes, it's kind of lame. You should watch Epic Rap Battles of History. I've seen Epic Rap Battles of History. I don't think I've seen the Luke Skywalker versus Harry Potter one, though. Rue was in her GTA era? Oh my god. I mean, kind of, yeah. She didn't steal any cars, though. Out of all the things she did, actual Grand Theft Auto was not one of them. Thank you, Firen. And not really, I guess I just look okay today. The first running through traffic scene was real because I saw the... No, yeah, that one for sure was real. Because she was running parallel to traffic, and that you can kind of fib the angle a little bit so that the cars are just a little bit further away from her than, it might seem like they are. But the second one, where she's crossing traffic, that is definitely in effect. I'm pretty sure the flame on the grill was real. I'm actually almost sure that was real. I'm going to pull up the episode right now and double check it with my film degree eyes. I know what I'm talking about here, but I don't remember, off the top of my head exactly what it looked like. So let's take a look. Let me make sure OBS is not picking up the sound of it, otherwise I'm gonna get fucked in the ass by copyright. Okay. Where was it at? Alright, here's the chase scene. There's the dogs trying to bite her ankles. No, yeah, that was real. That was definitely real fire. Let me just double check one more time. Yeah, that was real. That was 100% a real effect. I'm sure Zendaya had a little mini panic attack as soon as she felt the heat on her ankles. She's like, oh shit, that was hot. That episode was stressful. I need holy water and Jesus. Yeah, that was a very stressful episode. And I rewatched it right after it so I could do my review. And it hurt just as much the second time. And then I rewatched it again with my roommate just yesterday. because it was that good, but it still hurt a third time. No, and you watched it 3 times as well. What is your fave scene from Euphoria from a cinematography standpoint? The scene from the very first episode with the revolving hallway, that was incredible. That was really, really cool and creative. And I can't believe they did that practically. They basically just like stuck people in position and like, you know, held them down with wires. Like, I was very impressed with that. There's just so many moments though. Like, the cinematography on the show is just like unreal. If not that, maybe the moment from the first episode of this season when it's doing like the flashes during the party and everything just kind of, you know, fades in and then fades out and it's just going to each different character. Like, that was such a creative, cool way to do that. Thank you, Bruno. And she does need all the awards. How do you feel about Euphoria getting picked up for season 3? If it doesn't, I'll be very upset. There's simply no way they could finish Rue's storyline by the end of this season. And the show, when you boil it all the way down to the bare minimum, it's a show about Rue, and her story could go at least another 2 seasons. So yes, season 3. Give it to me. I have not seen the Oscar nominations. You want to tell me what they are? Thank you. I like my Arrakis poster too. I wanted to buy something for Dune for sure, but I didn't want to buy the generic movie posters that I already have like all over my house. Not of Dune, just in general. Because, I don't know, I feel like movie posters are not very creative. They're just like, oh, here's the characters standing, you know, posing, looking cool, and that's it. So I like this. Like, it's like a little art piece of, you know, minimalistic art with one of the big sandworms and everything. Very cool. The episode is really great. I agree. Need an alternate private Twitter account for the Thirsty fans, if you know what I mean. I do have an alternate private Twitter account for Thirsty fans, but you have to find it all on your own. Really like how she had to escape the house. That freaked me the fuck out. The ankle biters always get me. They were the only dogs that were actually going to bite her. Well, that's not true. The Doberman were they would have attacked her if they could reach her. Which I still think they could have jumped into the back of that truck. I'm like, don't really buy that. Oh yeah, no, it definitely does, Yahaira. Do I speak French? No. As a matter of fact, French might be the only language that is extremely difficult for me to pronounce. I know there was an issue with pronouncing a Japanese word earlier, but typically Japanese or Chinese or Korean is pretty, like, I can do it. German's really easy for me. Spanish is pretty easy. French, I cannot speak French. Not without a hideous American accent, and it's really embarrassing. American movie posters have gotten boring over the last 10 years or so. Yeah, they have. I kind of miss the old days of, like, the hand-drawn posters. Those were fucking cool. It's one of the reasons my thumbnails are all, you know, like, hand-drawn and everything. I'm like, hell yeah. It's like an old-school movie poster. I'll see you later, Sean. Speaking of Oscars, have you seen Spencer? Who? Spencer who? What? The monotone lady in that scene with the needle genuinely freaked me out. Yeah, she needs to die. She needs to die. I don't want to pussyfoot around that, like how I feel about that. She has to die. 100%. She deserves a gruesome, hideous death. Like, fuck that evil piece of shit. I can't stand... Like, not only taking someone at their lowest, going through withdrawals and as an addict, and then making them an even worse addict, just ruining their credibility to anyone else, making sure they are your slave. That's bad enough. But then to do that to a fucking kid, like, fuck that evil bitch. Fuck her. Sorry, I got kind of heated. This is one of the few moments where I have to remind myself that as an actor, don't be pissed at that actor. she's just playing her role perfectly. The character is what you are upset with. Can you speak in another language right now? I can only say like one phrase, but ich sprechen Sie Deutsch? Or no, ich sprechen Deutsch. How do you fucking say that? Ich sprechen Deutsch meinen? No, not, fuck. I can't remember how you can say a little bit in German. It's even more crazy to think about when you realize she orchestrated everything after Rue came in the house. Yep. She saw an opportunity and she rolled with it real fucking fast. I'm Maddie banging the bathroom door. Good to know. What is the worst movie you've seen? Why don't you all give me some of your worst movies you've ever seen? I'll see if I agree with it while I try and think of it. Like, there's so many. There's so many. Worst movie I've ever seen. And I usually try to always at least see something good in a movie. Not always, though. I know I've talked about some movies very passionately, so some of you might actually know how to hit me with it. If ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Thank you. Sorry, it has been a while since I've actually practiced any other language. I'm not telling you what my Twitter is. I told you, you gotta go find it. And it's not of me. Like, I've mentioned this before. It's not safe for work art that I do. So yeah, it's out there. But it's probably not even close to what you think it is. And it's, it's a secret. You gotta go find it. And it's not like it has my name written all over it, so if you do find it, you won't know for sure. And that's how I'd like to keep it. She is funny and nice in Basket, she is. She was also very funny in Spider-Man Homecoming. It was a very small role, but she was there. Ironically, did not have a scene with Zendaya, though. Zendaya was the one that did not go up the Washington Monument with everyone else. Watchmen, as in the movie? Like, that's your least favorite movie you've ever seen? Is that really your least favorite movie? It's definitely not one of my favorites, but there were parts of that movie that I thought were very good. I'm very curious if that was your answer, and I kind of want to hear why, because I think there is an argument to be made for that 100%. I'm just curious. I think the morphine thing was to get Rue more strung out, but I also think her poking Rue all those times to Rue was to cover her attraction. No, yeah, 100% that's what it was. She can't go to the cops or even to her mom now and be like, this lady did this to me, because for one, no one would have believed that even before all the track marks on her arms. With them, that, like, no one will believe her. No one. Maybe I don't think anyone will believe her. I don't think anyone will. Santa Slay is the greatly bad camp movie. What the hell is that? I have never heard of that. Venom 2 wasn't my favorite. That could very well. That's not my least favorite movie of all time. I passionately hate that movie and the first one, but I don't think it's my least favorite of all time. Maybe it is, I don't know. Hey, Remy. Minor Paranormal Activity. I didn't hate that movie. It's definitely one of those things that got hyped out the asshole for no reason, but I didn't hate it. It scared me in like a couple parts. When I was, how old was I when I saw that movie? Like 17, 16 or something. 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey was very bad. Still not my least favorite of all time. I hate that movie, but it's not the worst. What if we find it and didn't tell you we did? That's fine. Enjoy the artwork. I'm not going to tell you what kind. You got to go find it. You're not getting any more hints. It bored the shit out of me. Really? Okay. I went on the premiere night and half the room left half an hour. There was only like a handful of folks that stayed for the whole thing. I didn't find it boring at all. If anything, I found it kind of gratuitous in terms of like how much nudity or gore they would throw in there. Because, I don't know, I feel like Zack Snyder just has a hard-on for edgy things. He's like, ooh, look how fucked up and evil this is. Whoa. And I'm like, relax, dude. Like, you can tell me a dark story without, like, literally shoving it down my throat. I don't want to be deep-throated by your edginess. Like, Jesus Christ. So for that I can understand, but I was never bored during that movie. Interesting. I thought Watchmen for the most part is shot for shot from the comic. No. There are some parts of it that are like page for page, like ripped right from the comic, but they take some pretty drastic changes in some stories and characters. That shows another kind of evil. Her monotone and lack of facial expression does attachment. It really does. It really does. Ooh, Cats movie might be the one. You know what? No, I don't even think that, because as horrifically bad and freaky as that was, I was mildly entertained by it because it was so fucking wild. After a millennium of spreading Christmas cheer, Santa Claus refers to his demonic self and the gift of fear. What the fuck? I've never heard of that. I like the first Paranormal Activity, and I admit kind of cheering when Micah died. I didn't cheer when he died, but I was like, well, that's what you get for being a dumbass. Santa's sleigh. That just sounds so weird. I remember going to see Watchmen and someone brought their kids to see it. Yeah, why did you bring... What did they hear? Like, oh, it's a comic book movie. It's about superheroes. And they're like, no. Even the show and the movie both explicitly say, like, yeah, if superheroes were real, for one, it wouldn't be, very glamorous and nice. And two, none of these people are superheroes. Like, they're all just really bad fucking people. What is your fave Disney movie then? I'm not really a Disney shill. Like, I like Disney stuff sometimes, but I don't know, Am I allowed to include Marvel, Star Wars, like all Disney-owned property? Or does it have to be like a Disney-specific movie? I didn't watch Spider-Man Homecoming yet, but I'm surprised the same woman was in that movie. She is. And she plays such a quick, funny little role. Like, she's still super monotone. Like, I don't know. Her as an actor, she's great, but yeah, her character gotta go. Best Paranormal Activity is the marked ones. I'm sorry, but all of them were so bad. The first one is the only one I thought was, like, sufferable. The other ones just got so ridiculous. If I recall, the marked ones is where someone gets shot with a shotgun, like, point blank, and I have never laughed so hard in a horror movie in my life than that moment. I'm pretty sure it's the marked ones, the one I'm thinking of. Watching Watchmen was really lackluster in comparison to what I thought the movie would be. I mean, that was what most people seem to have felt. I watched the movie before I had read the graphic novel. I was pretty young when the movie came out. Actually, wait, how old was I? I don't remember, actually. I want to say either middle school or early high school. So yeah, I just went into it like, I don't know what this is. Let's check it out. And I was like, it was pretty cool. I did not see the ending coming. See you later, Yahaira. Ooh, Mulan is my favorite Disney princess for sure. Although I know a lot of people are like, she doesn't count as a Disney princess. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about the rules of the Disney law. Mulan is my favorite Disney princess because she's badass. But I guess favorite Disney movie out of any... Fucking hell. I don't think it would be a Marvel movie. And I don't think it would be a Star Wars movie. Because especially if you only count the new Star Wars movies, I'm like, no. I like The Last Jedi, and people can suck my whole ass if they don't like that, but The Rise of Skywalker just killed that whole trilogy. Disney movies. I'm just gonna search them all. Let's see. Oh my god, there are so fucking many. There's like no way to differentiate it, really, like out of anything else, so it's just everything. Okay, let's go. Hated it, hated it, hated it, hated it, hated it. So far I hate all of these. Treasure Island's the first banger on here. Oh no, wait, that's Treasure Island. Where's Treasure Planet? Because that was the banger. Hold on, I'm gonna pop out the chat so I can still see what y'all are saying. And read this list at the same time. Palpatine is back for some reason. Suicide Squad was quite a phenomenon for how bad it was when it came out. That, to this day, I think still holds up as a horrible movie. Like, it's not even one where you're like, oh, maybe I was a little harsh on it back then. I was in a good mood today, and I sort of liked parts of it. No, like, it is just horrendously made. That might be the one. That actually might be my least favorite movie of all time, just because it wasn't fun. It wasn't funny. The spectacle wasn't even very good. It was just terrible writing. Even the visual effects and the camera work were not up to par with what you would expect. Like, that whole movie was just really bad. I've been really enjoying. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. And I promise I will. I still have to do Raised by Wolves tonight and then another Raised by Wolves tomorrow, but as soon as I'm able to kind of, get the schedule back to somewhat normal, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on, finish Alice in Borderland, Attack on Titan, Hawkeye, The Witcher. But yeah, let's see here. Now that I mentioned Treasure Planet, that might be my favorite Disney movie. I'm not even gonna lie. Hold on, I'm going through. This is all of them, like from the 60s onward. Okay, I didn't see any of the movies in the fucking 70s and 80s, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh wait, I did see Tron. I forgot that was Disney. The first Tron was so bad. I'm sorry. Some people are like, oh, what a cult classic. That movie was god-awful. It was not a good movie. And the second one, it was okay, I guess. It was alright. Ooh, I haven't heard of that in forever. Anyone remember The Rescuers? No, Return to Oz was a fucking scary movie. The Black Cauldron! That was such a freaky ass movie. I loved it. Has Raised by Wolves gotten better? I mean, I guess it depends on what you qualify to be better. Like, why didn't you like it in the first place? I'll be able to tell you if that improves or doesn't. Right. Oh, I'll see you in a second, Fletcher. What is normal? Do you ever do reaction to things you don't enjoy? I've only seen the ones where you do. I mean, there's definitely been like Walking Dead episodes, Game of Thrones episodes. Well, almost every show I've watched, there's at least an episode in there where I'm like, I did not really like that. Did not really like that. Like, Raised by Wolves is one where I know there was at least one episode where I was like, I didn't really like that episode. I thought that was pretty not great. Emma, relax. But I typically only choose shows that I am pretty confident I'm going to like them. Because I don't want to watch a show, like force myself to watch a show for the channel and then like edit it and go through all this shit if I don't like it. Which is why I don't really plan on doing the next part of The Walking Dead, like the remainder of this final season. And I probably won't be doing the remainder of Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's not because I don't like the show, but I just don't like the... I don't like the fans of that show, I'll be very honest. They are extremely, extremely judgmental, shitty little assholes about characters or storylines that they like. So I'm not even allowed to like criticize the show, and it's just no fun. So I will not be continuing Attack on Titan past this first half of the final season. I'll just watch it on my own and actually enjoy it that way. Black Cauldron, Don't Look Under the Bed. Ooh, Don't Look Under the Bed was so fucking good. Like, I know it's a Disney Channel movie, or a Disney Channel movie, but oh, it was so good. Like, that was... I feel like that movie, no joke, is what sparked my creative brain. Like, as a kid, I was very, like, observant and curious about the world. But that movie, when I saw it, especially the scene under the bed with, like, all the oversized, like, roller skates and old clothes and stuff, I just thought that was so fucking cool. I'm like, I need to think about more things, like, if that makes any sense. Like, I need to create things. Like, I genuinely attribute my creativeness to that movie. Thank you. Wait, I'm trying to... How do you read that? TV Ediments? TV Ediments? Tivediments? I'm just trying to pronounce it, I'm sorry. Thank you for the shout out. What do you see yourself in 5 years? Producing movies, getting the awards? No. I'm not opposed to that if it ever happens, but I'm not actively seeking that out. Currently, I want to do what makes me happy. And what makes me happy is reviewing like film and movies and doing my artwork. So I want to get to a point where I can just do those two things and actually make a living off of it and just be happy. I would like to make a movie at some point, though, at least in some regard, whether I'm acting, doing the camera work. I don't think I would be, well, I could be a pretty decent DP, but again, there's so much, like, there's so much weight on that role. I'd like to do some writing for something at some point, like, that'd be cool. But none of those are active, like, career goals for me. Yeah. I didn't like Raised by Wolves because it seemed super impractical. The lore wasn't as fleshed out as I would have liked. Okay, I will say, in Season 1, the lore gets fleshed out, but never explained. So be prepared for that. In Season 2, I've only seen the first episode, but I can already tell they're about to deliver me answers. Like, they literally wouldn't be able to not, with the way they've kind of set certain things up. So they are definitely going to be continuing to flesh it out. Like, the first episode fleshed out the lore a lot with a new faction and everything, and I can tell they're about to explain a lot of shit. So I think you should continue it, but I will say for Season 1 you will remain confused. Almost a little too confused. I still say by the finale they should have answered a little bit more than they did, but it seems like they are going to correct that for me very soon. I am not watching Demon Slayer, but I'm gonna have to because all my friends and a lot of you guys have been wanting me to. Oh shit. Oh, cool. That's dope. I just got your message, Fletcher. That's cool. Have you done draw a box? What? What is that? About Euphoria, am I the only one on Rue's side in the last episode? I don't think so. I mean, I did my poll saying, would you still forgive Rue after the things she's done and try to help her? And I fully expected more people to say no. I didn't intend for people to. I feel like some people in the comments were like, they didn't say it outright, but were a little bit like, how dare you ask that question? But it was just me genuinely curious as to where, the audience as a whole was at. And it seems like most people are still on her side. Welcome back, Fletcher. I just saw your message. That was really cool. So, I think there's a lot of people still on Rue's side. Like, I'm upset. Like, I'm pissed at her for doing a lot of the things she did, but I know very personally how addiction can, control a person. So I think, especially her being a kid, she deserves, a fifth chance or whatever she's at now. Raised by Wolves didn't answer a lot of things and is frustrating, but the acting is great. I do agree with that. The acting on Raised by Wolves is Zendaya level good, I think. Both are truly award-winning in terms of the acting. And it makes a big difference when you're watching like a character or an actor play an android, and it genuinely 100% feels like they are an android. There's so many things where they basically just forget that, and they're like, oh yeah, they're basically just a person. And they hint at like all the emotions and things that androids feel that are very human-like in Raised by Wolves. But the actors for the androids, specifically, is it Amanda Collin is her name? She is phenomenal. Like, she genuinely feels like a robot emulating human emotions who sometimes actually expresses a real emotion. Like, it's so good. Only on for a little bit. If you're on later, I'll come back. I will not be on later for a stream because I will be filming for Raised by Wolves, but I am glad you could stop in. It made me hate every other character, even Fez. It didn't make me hate everyone else because, again, that whole episode for me, I was like, I can't be mad at anyone. Except for Cassie, maybe, because Cassie's dumbass little, and take it one day at a time comment. I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I know she meant good by it, but shut up. But no, like, Gia not wanting to really find her when they're driving in the car, I'm like, that was fucking me when, my sibling would run off and is just fucking missing, or, we're searching around everywhere for them. And obviously your parent is never going to stop, but you're just fucking tired. You're like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I didn't do shit, so why am I suffering to go find this person who doesn't even want to help themselves? Like, obviously it's more complicated than that, but I 100% not agree, but understand why someone would be in that place where they're like, no, I don't want to help you. Like, you need to fucking leave me alone. You're not going to drag me down with you. It's really sad, but I completely understand that. And to be fair, her mom and Gia, they did still keep looking. Fez did kick her out, but again, I'm like, I don't know what else he could have done. Like, if he had kept her in the apartment, she would have just continued to either destroy things, steal more stuff, potentially hurt someone. And he has his, dying grandmother in there that he has to think about. And Ash. And I guess Faye, but I don't personally think he really cares about her all that much. But still, I'm like, I don't blame anybody for what they did in that episode, except for monotone bitch ass who can go die, because that was fucking evil. Sorry, I kind of went on a rant there. My bad. Oh, child locked that door. I mean, yeah, she broke the whole door down. I don't think any lock would have stopped her from getting through that door. I've broken down the door before because I was so pissed. Not proud of it, but I know it can be done for sure. Like, when you get into a manic fucking state and you just don't feel anything anymore, you can do a lot of shit. Favorite song you've been listening to recently? Kind of a bass bitch. Oh my god, I can't talk. Kind of a basic bitch song to say, but I literally just discovered it the other day, and apparently that makes me 700 years old because everyone has known about it for a long time, which, you know, what else is new there? But Save Your Tears by The Weeknd. I know, again, like, it's not a new song. It's been out for a while. He literally just had a new album that came out well after this song. But I don't know, I like it. It's a good song. Save your tears for another day. Just saying beat bop. You mean that song that goes beat boo boo bop? Might be too personal, but what is your type? And daddies. It's not too personal, clearly. I'm sorry, I 100%, I'm like, if you are over the age of 40, if you have a beard, if you have a little bit of a belly, if you have like big arms, if you're hairy, you are my type. No shame. No shame. Do you see shame on this face because it's not there? But the fact that Rue broke that door with her back and head. And that was, okay, I was also going to say, she did not just kick the door down. She didn't punch the door down. She turned around and slammed her whole body into it. She had a full-on, like, exorcism moment. It was insane. No, exactly, Remy. Jules and Elliot thing really irritates me. Like, I get telling her mom was out of love, but so many other factors. But I do understand that, and I'm glad that Rue immediately picked up on that as well. I don't know if any other reactors. I haven't watched any other reactors for this episode, so you guys can tell me. Have any other reactors picked up on the fact that Rue knew in that moment that Jules was cheating on her? Because I think it was very implicitly implied right there that she was like, oh, I fucking get it, you fucking bitch. So I'm glad that they called it out in that moment. And it does make the whole thing a lot messier. But I do think Jules telling her mom, I think the only reason behind that had nothing to do with Elliot. I think that was just her wanting to do what's best for Rue, which is very, very kind of her. It is an Arnold Palmer. We can make it happen. I would do this as a karaoke stream, but no one's made any super chats, so maybe I should. That might just happen. We'll see. Convince me. Not you describing Cal. I'm telling you. He's a piece of shit on the show, although I am starting to not forgive him, but I'm like, there's a path to redemption for him. I see it. And damn, he's hot. Ooh. Like, if he had a full beard instead of just the goatee, game over. Game over. What do you think about the actor Stephen Lang? I don't know who that is. Hold on. I don't know actor names very well. Oh, the dude from Don't Breathe. He's hot. For sure he's hot. But I don't know, there's something slight... No way, he was the dude from Avatar? He looks very different with and without the beard. This is exactly what I mean. No beard? As soon as he has the beard in Don't Breathe? Yes! Although the character from Don't Breathe, oh my god, he had to die. He had to fucking die. And of course he didn't, and they made a sequel trying to, like, make him cool. What the fuck was that about? When she says, oh, I'm pointing to the ball. Yeah, when she knew. She absolutely knew. Why do you think Elliot was there? I mean, personally, I think he felt responsible. Like, he's the one who told Jules, and I'm sure when Jules told Elliot, like, I'm gonna go tell her mom, like, that's what we have to do. he probably tried to convince her not to, and when Jules said, well, I'm gonna do it, so, you know, go fuck yourself, essentially, he probably was like, well, I mean, I'm the reason you know, so I should probably be there to kind of accept the consequences of whatever happens. I think a lot of people think Elliot was there for, like, ulterior motives. I think he was not there for the right reasons, but I don't think it was, like a shitty reason or anything. I think it was him owning up to this, because as he said, he's like, I shouldn't have said anything. I liked Rue the way she was. So I think he just regretted having said anything. Change can be a wild ride, you know? It's no fun. I would get the sugar daddies, but almost all the Thanks, Fletcher. Thanks. What was I talking about? Anyways, sugar daddies would be an option, but almost every sugar daddy that's ever, like, offered anything to me, they were nasty, creepy, like, maybe you're gonna sell my organs creepy, and that I'm not cool with. I know a lot of people are like, who cares if they're ugly or creepy or whatever, they're giving you money. I'm like, no. I need to feel somewhat good about myself. Murderers often like to witness their destruction. I think you have a very different idea of what he was actually doing there. I do not think he was sitting there, like, watching his handiwork. I think he was very, very regretful over having done anything. Like, I think if anyone was there to witness their own destruction, and I don't think she was, it was Jules, but I'm just saying, she has more reason to be there to watch Rue, like, get hurt by this than Elliot does, I think. Thanks, Fletcher. Am I the only one who had to pause and take a break when Rue aired Cassie out? No, but I'm sure you saw my genuine shock in that moment. I was just like, oh my god. That was one of those moments where I was like, I cannot believe she just did that. I truly did not see that coming. That was so fantastic. That was so great. Oh, that was so great. Knew the drugs weren't hers and that she owes Lori 10K. You see, that's another thing. I'm like, I know Elliot knows the drugs. Like, he knew the plan that she got these drugs like this and everything, which is another reason why I think he really, really regretted it. He's like, I can't say, like, this is what happened, because, I mean, don't fuck around with drug dealers. Like, you start saying the wrong shit to the wrong people, you could easily end up in Rue's situation too. So I think he just was like, oh shit. Oh fuck, I can't say anything. I think he did know, but I also don't think he necessarily knew exactly 10K, because Rue told him originally, like, my plan is for 5K. Rue just kind of on the fly went for the 10K. So it's still kind of ambiguous as to what Elliot does or doesn't know. I do not think he was there for malicious intent, though. I think he was really, really upset that he, quote unquote, fucked it all up for everybody. I don't get why Cal said Nate was his biggest regret. I mean, it's your kid. Like, it's your kid who he knows nothing about. It's his kid who has lied to him and done heinously fucked up, really horrible things that he probably never would have expected his own child to be able to do. So I completely understand why Nate is his biggest regret. He's like, even though I gave up being who I really am to be with your mother, what I really regret is that I couldn't help you become like a normal fucking person. Like, I fucked you up bad. And he's right. Alright, picture perfect, if that is what you believe. I mean, I suppose in the next episode we will get a little more clarity as to which way it goes or not. But if I'm right, I'm rubbing it in your face. And if you're right, you have every right to rub it in my face. Well, you can sell feet pic to get the bag. People are into it. I know I can, but I don't want to. Maybe that's what Rue should do. She should just sell pictures of her feet. No joke, she could probably make it to 10K not in a ridiculously long amount of time doing that. I'm just saying. She should hit up Kat, be like, so I heard you had a pretty good money scheme going on here. I kind of felt bad for Cassie because I think she was actually trying to be positive. No, yeah, I think she was trying to be like, oh, Rue, like, here's how I can help. But yeah, she was extremely tone deaf and dumb as fuck and kind of deserved to be slapped the fuck down the way she was. I mean, she's cheating on... Or she's fucking over her best friend, you know, fucking her ex and everything. She definitely earned it, so... I did feel a little bad, but not bad enough to be like, well, this shouldn't be happening, because it definitely should have. Stop, Justin. Thank you, Rami. I appreciate it. I didn't feel bad for Cassie. She went, I'm crazier. That's true. She was just like, I'm crazier. And then in the moment, she's like, like, oh, what? You were crazier? What'd you say? What was that? I think Elliot is Mouse's son. Oh, sorry. I laughed because I don't know why. I read that as I think Elliot is Ashtray's son, and I thought that was just playing more on the fact that like there's a whole string of ridiculous theories going on with Astray. I don't think Elliot is Mouse's son. Maybe he is. On one hand, I'm like, what are the odds? So I don't know if I would like for them to do a reveal like that, but at the same time, ooh, this should be crazy. The producer said one person may die this season. What's your guess? I fucking hope it's monotone bitch lady. I hope it's her. But if I'm being honest as to who I think it actually is going to be, I think it's going to be Fez. You have to have nice feet to get the bag, though. My feet are nice. How does she go from psycho with Nate to sobbing with Maddie? Well, I mean, I do think it's very accurate that the character Cassie would be like, I'm crazy to Nate. And then when confronted with the actual confrontation with Maddie, she'd be like, oh, fuck, that was all talk. I do not have anything to back it up. I think that's very accurate, but yeah, it does make you, it does make my respect for Cassie go way down. I mean, this whole season has just been like, hey, people like Cassie from first season, right? Let's make nobody like her. And they just continued to make her stop. Not that energy. What energy? What did I say? Oh, Fez. I'm just saying, from a writing perspective, out of everyone in this season, killing off... Okay, let's play it out. Let's really dive into this. Fletcher, I know you don't know anything about these characters, but I encourage you to play along here just for shits and giggles. If anything, you not knowing the characters might provide some kind of funny comments or moments in this conversation. Faye definitely sells feet. She does. I hope he does. Wanted to see the Jules Nate relationship, but probably would. Oh, I don't want to see that at all. I don't want to see that at all. Okay, but we're gonna play this out. If Evil Bitch Lady, Drug Lord, I really need to learn the actor's name so I can stop calling her that. But the character has earned that nickname 100%. If she dies, it will be for convenience sake. It will be like, here's your happy ending. Here is how Rue and all these other people get out of facing the consequences of all the really bad decisions that they've made this year. So if she dies, I will cheer very, very hard. But I think it's an easy way out, and I don't think the writers are going to take that route because, like I said, it's just too easy. It's not the greatest in terms of a solid story. I'll let y'all mull that over for a moment while I take a hit. Gotta be one of the Trinity, Cassie, Nate, or Maddie. We'll play with that idea in just a second then. Yeah, don't say anything about the leaks, because if it does turn out to be true, that kind of just ruins it for everybody. But if you can, in a non-spoiler way, discuss why you don't like this mystery character dying, go for it. If you can't do it in a non-spoilery way, just please don't. I also feel like Faye might be some kind of like double agent for... I don't think so. Maybe, though. Maybe. The more I think about that, that kind of sounds like it could be true. Fuck. I think some of the blandest stories are those where they just remove the bad guy for a good ending. Yeah, I mean, definitely. And in this show, there's not really a bad guy. Like, all characters are their own worst enemies. What am I smoking? It's called Almost Home. But again, it would just remove all consequence of Rue fucking over this drug lord, you know, stealing from her. So I don't think that's the way it's gonna go. I'm sorry, I gotta finish this. Hi, Justin. Alright, but let's go into the Toxic Trinity as to who one of them might die. Cassie. I severely doubt Cassie will die in this season. Because if she does, that means for the entire last arc of her story, she just devolved all relationships with all her friends and family over a guy just because she's being obsessive and then dies somehow. Like, that... To me, the only message you would gain behind that is like, oh, don't, you know, become super obsessed over a boy or you might die. And I'm like, that's super dumb. So there's no way it's going to be Cassie. Nate makes a little more sense, but again, it's sort of like killing off the villain of your show. It removes all tension and consequence over what Maddie has done with him, what Cassie has done with him, what Jules has done with them, and then it just makes all those characters just be like, oh, no, I'm so sad that he's gone, and even though he was an evil piece of shit, you know, there were things I liked about him, and I'm sure Jules would have like a dramatic scene of like, no, I fucking hate that evil bitch, I'm glad he's dead, like while she's crying and clearly upset that he's dead or something. It wouldn't really work for the show. I do not see Nate dying. There's too much potential to continue on that story in a fun way, or in a horrible way. Maddie, I also really don't see Maddie. Really don't see Maddie dying. I could see her getting pregnant by the end of the season, because they kind of alluded to it with that scene where she's like, I'd look so cute pregnant, but I don't think she's gonna die. That one, she hasn't had much of a storyline this season. It's pretty much just been like, I think I kind of want to get back with that toxic piece of shit. And then kind of entertaining the idea, but as of yet has not actually done it. Although it's about to get real interesting with her now knowing about Cassie and Nate, and she has the tape. Ooh, she's gonna be good. So again, I'm like, there's too much potential. There's too much like fun you can have with that story. There's no way they're gonna kill her. No way. I think it's a negative on all three of those. Faye, they could do Faye, but in my opinion, if they did, it would be such a side character that only a couple people really like. It would just be a waste. And for them to hype up the fact that, you know, there's going to be someone that dies this season, yeah, I feel like that would just be a poor decision on their part. So if that's the case, I hope not, because that would just be weak. Sorry, I gotta catch up on what you've all said now. Do spoilers really bother you? Oh, they really bother me. Absolutely. It completely ruins a story for me. Part of what makes a story work or not work is not knowing what's coming next. As soon as you know a story from beginning to end, even if the movie or the show is really good, it never has that same wow factor that it does when you don't know anything about it. When you go into it blind and you really don't know what's coming next and you get surprised by something, that shit sticks with you forever. So, yes, spoilers really bother me. Black and Conscious will tell you she spoiled that a certain character was in Hawkeye, and I was fucking pissed. I was like, you did not fucking say that, dude. I was very mad. Do you think Cal will return to his family? Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to actually just go live his life as, you know, a pansexual or bisexual. I don't really know. They haven't confirmed with him. I feel like bisexual. He seems like he's like, I fuck everything. Like, that's what I do. I fuck everything. But I don't think that's gonna last for him. I think he's gonna try it out and then realize, shit, I weirdly do kind of miss my wife and what she had to offer, and I feel guilty about Nate and all this shit, but this tape is floating around, and as soon as it comes out, he is going to jail. So I don't know. I do think he's going to try to return to his family, though. Yes. Fallout New Vegas, for example, has no good ending for its main story. Every ending is a compromise between good and bad elements. That's exactly what it should be, too, because real life is not just all good. I will say, in certain fantasy or certain stories, I think it's okay to go for a completely good ending, but you have to really read the room on that shit. Like, if it's a story, if it's Fallout New Vegas, a perfectly good ending, it does not work for the story. For Euphoria, a perfectly good ending, it will not work for the story. It doesn't have to be all bad, but it can't just be all good. It just can't. Do you think Rue will die in the series finale? No. I think she will live. I think it might end on her relapsing like one last time, just to show like she, you know, did make all this progress, but the journey is still ongoing. It will never end. But I do not think it will end with her dying, because the show is based a lot on the showrunner's experiences, and I think he will want to somewhat mirror his own, you know, ending of that chapter in his life, which wasn't his death. So, all I can say is not going to be the obvious choice, but maybe the leak was a lie. Okay. Won't be the obvious choice. I'm telling you, if it's Cassie, Nate, or Maddie, that will be stupid. I'll have a problem with that. Unless they do it really well, dude. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Do we feel bad for Nate? No. He could die and I wouldn't bat an eye. Oh yeah, no. No. I feel a little bad for Cal, not Nate. Not even a little bit. Maddie is gonna do that. Oh, it's gonna be fun. And DJ, I think it was Rue. Do I think someone is sitting at the table with Rue's mom? I personally don't think we're going to see that scene continued. Like, oh, who it was and, you know, who was on the other side of the table. I don't think we're going to see that moment again. I think it's just going to cut to, you know, a little bit further down the road. Whether that be, like, later that morning or, like, a couple days, couple weeks later, I don't know. But I don't think anyone was sitting at the table with Rue's mom, and I'm pretty sure it was Rue who walked home. If Rue died and Jules became the lead and narrator, would you still watch the series? Yes, I would. I know a lot of people wouldn't though, and that's why I don't think it will ever happen. But I personally would still continue watching if they did that. I would actually have a lot of respect for the balls it would take to do that. Do you see similarities between Cassie and Jules? They both love being loved and seek affection from others because of their inner issues, maybe lack of self-love. At first I did not, but after this episode, actually, where Rue kind of spells it out for me, you know, you love being loved, I was like, huh, I guess she is a little bit like Cassie in that regard. Like, to me, they are very different people, but those key similarities are there. So yes, we're never going to see Cal again. I could see that 100%. I could definitely see him just straight up, like, that was his exit from the show altogether. I could totally see that. Hey Dane, what's up? I could absolutely see that. I don't think so, because what the fuck else is Eric Dane doing? And again, there's so much they could do with that character. I feel like they would want to continue on with it. But I also didn't expect them to write McKay off in such a stupid ass way, so I don't know. We'll see. Are you gonna watch The Last of Us show when it comes out? Yes, but I still have my hopes set very, very low. Very low. The Last of Us is, to this day, I count The Last of Us as The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. Like, both of them, to me, are just like one big game. Which I'm sure that has to piss somebody off, because I don't think anyone has that opinion, personally. But together, that is my favorite video game of all time. And there's just no fucking way the show is gonna live up to it. I'm sorry, there is no way. I love Pedro Pascal, but he does not look like Joel in the slightest to me. I really like the little girl who, what did she play? She played like Lyanna Mormont on Game of Thrones, who they have playing Ellie. There's just no way she's gonna do as good a job as Ashley Johnson did, because that was fucking her character. Like, I'm sorry, it should have just stayed a video game. Like, the story was fine the way it was. I'm gonna watch it because who knows? Maybe, just maybe, I'm completely wrong, but I fucking doubt it. Wouldn't Rue get arrested after the thing she did last episode? I was also thinking the same thing. I'm like, if that many cops got involved, 100%, they have some kind of footage of Rue's face and would definitely be looking for her. Like, if she was, like, she would have a warrant out for her arrest for sure. So I hope she does get arrested and they kind of go through that in the coming episodes. Because if she doesn't, I'll be like, that was got off a little too scot-free there. Off topic, do you have any queer shows, movies you've watched recently that you'd recommend? I unfortunately don't watch a lot of queer shows and movies because a lot of them don't really strike my fancy, but I also haven't given a lot of them a chance. But the most recent one that I am rewatching is Looking. That is one of my favorite LGBT shows that I watch. It's very funny. It gets very real. It has its moments where it's very hot, because it follows 3 gay men. So I guess it's not really the best in terms of LGBT representation, but it is very good in terms of gay men as representation. But other than that, Sense8 I think is a great show in terms of like queer representation, and that is representation on like fucking all levels. I love that show. What is your fave quote from a TV show or movie? I don't really have one. Like there are lines or monologues that will stick with me, but I couldn't really just name something off the top of my head where I'm like, wow, that is like a standout quote or something, I guess. Hey, hey, hey. Not sure Cal just got on the bus and disappeared, especially if the tape comes out. It wouldn't make much sense to see the fallout for everyone else and not him. Yeah, I agree. Do you have anything else other than YouTube? Or do I do anything else? Well, I have my day job where I work at a spa, not as a massage therapist. And I do my artwork. Some of it, you know, safe for work, and some of it not safe for work. So is The Last of Us TV show going to be a continuation of the game, or is it a retelling? From what I understand, it is a retelling, but they're going to intentionally change some things to make it fresh, which I'm like, ooh, you better be careful. You better be careful. That's true. They could always bring McKay back, which I hope they do. Like, he was a cool character that really didn't get to do all that much in season 1, but what was there, I really liked. So yeah, maybe he'll be back. And hopefully they let Kat get a bigger role in the next season too, because I want to see her do something. Yeah, looking was great. Were the episodes short on looking? I thought they were... Oh, maybe they were only 20 minutes. Have you ever watched Queer as Folk? I still have not actually like watched a whole episode of Queer as Folk, no. When Gay Pride was on where I used to live, I would make sure to not be around the city at all. Why? Was it just like too many people? I mean... Gay Pride is very far away from where I live, so I don't have to worry about anything when that happens in my city. But the times I've gone to Gay Pride, it's fun. You know, people are celebrating and drunk and buying everything they can possibly see and regretting it the day after. Some people fucking in the bathrooms and stuff. You know, it's a good time. Be curious to see how McKay would take the news of his best friend with his ex. Ooh, I would too. I didn't even think about that. Hopefully McKay would give him a second beat down. That'd be fucking sweet. That'd be sick. Forget that we closed a section of that city off, the part I worked on. What, you closed the city off? For Gay Pride? It's not... I mean, for us, like, there's a parade that goes through usually either, like, Sunset Park or maybe one city street in downtown near, like, the convention centers and stuff. We don't, like, shut down a whole part of the city, though. Because there's always the parade on one day, and then the day after that, it's all... just like shops and games and, you know, just icebreaker activities and stuff, like, you know, just people mingling. And then the third day is either a second parade or like an event of some kind. But again, we don't shut down any parts of the city for it. I think it's weird that they're changing the show's plot because the actors don't get along and don't want to be in scenes together. Wait, what? That... Explain yourself. Explain yourself. For me, those sorts of events that just used to reinforce the stereotypes of gay guys that I used to get all the time in school don't look, sound, dress gay. I guess that's true, but I don't know. I feel like the Gay Pride I went to... like, there was just such a variety of everything. Like, it was like some dudes in leather, some dudes who just looked completely normal, some dudes who were like really effeminate, some dudes who were really femme, some dudes who were like, just like a little bit of everything. I felt like, obviously, you do get some people who go like really overzealous with like makeup and rainbows and stuff, but again, I've always felt like it's kind of part of the fun. But I don't know, maybe it's a little more stereotypical in terms of the people you see at your Pride. Part of the city was closed off as a designated Pride parade and festivity area. You can get in unless you're a resident or worker. That sucks. Wait, paid? Yeah, no, our Pride, you don't have to pay at all. You go to it. And again, it's in like a little area, so there's one street that gets blocked off for the parade, or not if it's in Sunset Park, which is plenty big for the parade. Yeah, I don't know. I wish the writers would have pushed more on the Nate and McKay friendship. To me, they don't feel like best friends, more like teammates or something. I mean, did they ever explicitly say that they were best friends? Because I never got that impression either. I always just assumed that they were friends, friendly. Yeah, Raimi, I was also like, you have to pay to get into Pride. What? I gotta pay to get into Pride where I'm at. Hey, Black and Conscious. Nate and Jules in real life may or may not have been canoodling. Oh. So Nate and Cassie's storyline was supposed to be Nate and Jules. No way. Can this actually be corroborated by any like hard facts, or is this all just speculation? Speculation or not, that's very interesting, but I'm curious. I hate going to the gay club. Didn't you like just turn 18? I don't see Jules obsessing about Nate that hard. Yeah, I don't really either. Like, I could see... I don't know. I don't really see that storyline happening with Jules. If they did, I would be very confused. Festival was set up by the council, so it was to help pay for expenses. Well, that's the first problem when you let the council run that shit. For us, it's just committees and stuff that are exclusively like run by other, LGBT people, and they just set it up with whatever they have. They just call in some favors. I have heard about the Barbie and Sam fighting with her storyline, which, to be perfectly honest, I know that's just a rumor. Like, all of these are technically just rumors, but unless the other one's not. But to me, it does kind of feel like that's probably true. The fact that there is so little of Kat in the episodes, like, there's literally 1 to 2 scenes in like each episode that lets her do or say anything, and there's a lot of moments that don't feel like filler per se, but do feel like they're kind of drawing the time out a little bit, and I kind of get the feeling that it was meant to be filled by a storyline by someone else. So I do kind of believe that one, that Barbie and Sam didn't agree on what they were going to do with her story, so they kind of just cut it out. And I'll bet you she got a huge pay cut as a result and is probably pretty pissed. So if that's true, I will bet money that she is looking for a way out, and if her storyline doesn't go back up in season 3, she will absolutely not do a season 4, maybe won't even do a season 3, if that's true. But I kind of feel like it is. I used to sneak out back, maybe. Maybe. I guess gay pride is different in each place. Yeah, I guess so. There's an article out in the Jules hour-long episode centered on her feelings for Nate as the guy who she thought he was when he was catfishing her in season 1. I mean, yeah, that was kind of the thing, though. Like, she hated him for that. Like, she said she still loved Tyler, and she hated Nate for doing that to her. So I don't see how she would start to obsess over him as a result. I'm not gonna lie, I've been uncomfortable when I go to gay pride. I don't like it. Really? I don't know. I guess I've just always had fun at gay pride. It's not that everywhere it was more so our city, and even the pride wasn't in just that area. It was just an extra thing that apparently was like a massive party. Oh. Atlanta Pride is definitely not the place to be. I guess Las Vegas Pride is the place to be, so since all your prides fucking suck, apparently, come on out to Vegas when it's a gay pride, because it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty chill. It's not really... I mean, I guess it's sort of a party, but I don't know. It's always just felt really chill. I don't... Did I get a message? Not bad at poker, you say? I'm great at blackjack, so let's go. Vegas is a good time when you don't live here. Like, everything's kind of boring to me now, but yeah, if you've never been to Vegas or you've only been once or twice, Vegas is fun. Just gotta know the right places to go. I always want to act innocent when the tea is spilled, no damn well they indeed. I don't think she acts innocent though. Like, I don't know. She has like a really soft-spoken nature that I feel like people misinterpret as her being like fake innocent. Like, I don't know. I don't think she needs to get like really animated to not be pretending to be innocent, if that makes any sense. Oh, fuck me. My phone is going over there now. Fucking. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are kind of vilifying Jules. And I'm not trying to put words in anyone's mouth right now or anything. I'm just saying, with the comment section that I've been seeing on so much, I just feel like people are really misunderstanding Jules. Like, to a... yeah, foiled. You have been foiled. I don't know. She doesn't feel like she's doing anything from a malicious standpoint. And I don't think she's pretending to be anything, really. Like, I don't know. She wasn't trying to act... Shut up. Oh. Yeah, I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. You're not innocent. Shut up. Like, in this episode, you clearly, and I clearly saw, she did not try to act innocent. She was like, shit. Like, yep, I fucked up. I cheated on you. I mean, she didn't say it, but, you know, it was written all over her face. And, you know, Rue had a lot to say, and Jules didn't really have much else to say other than, you know, I don't want you to die and I love you. Which, again, I don't think that's a lie or a manipulation at all. I think she genuinely loves Rue and wants her to get better. And I don't think she pretends to be innocent all the time. I really don't. Name another scenario where she does. I might literally just be forgetting, so please, illuminate me. I don't really know where I stand with Jules right now. She irritates me a lot, but I think she really does love her despite the cheating, but who knows. See, she doesn't irritate me, like, at all. Like, she pissed me off when she cheated on her, but I don't know, depending on how they progress through that, that's something that you can move past. Especially considering last season she was cool with, like, a polyamorous relationship. I think it's really hypocritical of her to be upset about Elliot, but still, I don't think she looks at relationships quite the same way Rue does. Or, to be honest, I don't know how Rue looks at relationships at all, because she's, like, she doesn't know what the fuck anything is. I wish there was a more healthy representation of film. It's often the same plotline of guys being in the closet and cheating on their significant others. That's true. That is true. Thank you, Dane. Elliot, on the other hand. See, Elliot, I'm not 100% on his side or against him. No, Fletcher, no. No. You're still in trouble. But yeah, with Elliot, I'm like, he did enable Rue, and I was like, that's fucked up. At first, I don't think he realized that she was an addict, but at a certain point, he definitely did, and continued to, do drugs with her. That's fucked up. And lie to Jules about it, which is fucked up. And then he started cheating on, helping Jules cheat on Rue with himself, which is fucked up. But then he told her the truth, which I was like, oh, that is good. I'm glad you did that. And to be fair, he has been very upfront about just about everything except for Rue and her drugs, which arguably is the biggest one, which is a big problem, but still. Dang, I hope you didn't actually hit him. I was kidding. Yeah, I don't know. Elliot's... The only thing that made me think, maybe I don't like you, is in this episode, in this last one, when he was like, I shouldn't have said anything. I liked Rue the way she was. It wasn't my place to say anything. I was like, it definitely was the right thing to do, and I don't like that you're backing out of it now. So that made me a little iffy. No, tell me, Black and Conscious, tell me. Should have known something was up when she was pulling out and saw Elliot smoking a cigarette at his minuscule age. I mean, shit, kids are smoking cigarettes when they're like 13 nowadays. She probably should have stopped him and like, get that shit out of your mouth, but still. I felt like she had bigger things to worry about. Fletcher. You should, though. Thanks, Hugo. I'm glad you enjoy it. Maddie, give me life with that nail. Yeah. Like when she was doing the... I laughed so fucking hard at that shit. Oh, that scene was like such a breath of fresh air in the episode. Like, it was still fucked up, but it was actually funny in a way. It was the only moment of like lightness in the whole episode. I think he felt guilty after seeing the chaos. He made the right choice, but that intervention went off the rails. Also, I need a cigarette after that scene. See, that's kind of how I read it to be as well. Like, I feel like they could delve deeper into what he said there, and that makes me nervous. But he could easily have just been like, shit. Like, I did not think she was gonna have a meltdown like that, and regretted, saying anything, which I think is a perfectly normal thing to think as a 17-year-old. What are you all doing? Lizzie's actress was on the same. She really, really was. She was so good. Hey, all of you. No. Keep it PG in the chat. Gia's actress gave her scream cry combo too. Yeah, that shit, that cut me deep. Like, all of them just at such emotional highs. Like, I know they're acting, but when you're acting in those moments, like, you have to put yourself in that, like, frame of mind. So they really felt all of that multiple times to, get the scene right. And shit, like, that had to have been a rough month for them to film. I know, there has been no Fexy at all, and that's bullshit. I do have an Instagram. I don't remember. Someone knows what it is. I related too hard when Kat was trying to grab Maddie and she had to catch herself. I had that one moment with our friend, like, get the fuck off of me. See, I would have been Kat for sure. I'm like, Maddie, please, maybe later. But I also completely understood Maddie being like, shut the fuck up, Kat. Like, how long have you been fucking him? I was like, ooh, oh, it's finally happening. I wish we could have seen the continuation of that, what happened upstairs. But obviously there was more pressing stuff happening. Yeah. Cassie's mom is actually a good mother. She really is. She really continues to surprise me with how good of a mother she actually is. No, yeah. I totally agree with you, Black and Conscious. My respect for her went up just a little bit more after this episode. Thought Lexi's play was going to be the Burn Book 2.0, but Rue kind of took the wind out of her sails. You see, everyone kept saying that. Everyone's like, Lexi's going to try and, like, feel important by fucking over everyone else. I'm like, I think you are all misunderstanding what Lexi is trying to do. Like, is she going to hurt people's feelings with this play? Absolutely. But I do not think it's going to be, like, the Burn Book 2.0. Like, to a degree, kind of. But I think she's basically going to say what she's always wanted to say to all of these people through her play. And in that regard, she might piss off some people who kind of deserve it, but I think she's also going to genuinely reach some people and make them realize how fucking mean they've been to her and to other people. Like, mark my words. Mark my fucking words, that's what's gonna happen. You heard it here first. I just want to know what Rue's Porsche shoes look like after all that running. Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. They're Converse. They're well made. Well, in that case, what, Fletcher? What are you doing? Well, the actress who plays Cassie's mom, she's in that movie Waiting About the Restaurant. Oh, yeah. Maddie and Rue's cute little friendship. I actually do like their friendship, yeah. I love how Maddie's always showing love to Rue and worried about her sobriety every time. I do agree. Like, she may not be the forefront person talking to Rue all the time, but every time they do talk to each other, they have each other's back. And I do like that. And it was kind of funny how she's like, how long has this been going on? Rue? I know you'll tell me. What's up? And then she told her. I was like, yeah. No, you're not, Fletcher. You are not. Have you thought about making a Rumble account? What the hell is Rumble? Still confused about the random tension scene of Maddie and the babysitting mom. Yeah, I don't know if... Like, I hope they continue that at some point, because they haven't. They're basically like, that happened. I don't know. Like, okay. Okie doke. Oh my god, you look terrible. Like, really terrible. For real, like, she's great. She is great. I have myself some Cheez-Its. Wait, what did Raimi say? Why can't I see it? Am I not seeing everything in chat? Oh, I don't like that. I thought I saw everything in chat. Manny is a really genuine person. I agree, actually. She might be superficial in terms of, like, I guess the things she likes, but so is everybody. I mean, yeah, she's not the archetypal mean girl. Like, she can be a real bad bitch, but she is a lot more than that. Like, she is a genuinely kind person. For real, V-Dub. Oh, you're referring to your DM. Well, keep your DM conversation in the DMs. Like, don't you bring that shit into my chat. How dare you? She's materialistic, but she's solid. Yeah, exactly. Perfect way to put that. Thank you. I guess Rumble is the new right-wing YouTuber. Why the fuck would I do anything right-wing? I don't really have a desire to get kicked off or shit on Rumble for a little while. That's right, Raimi. I'm jealous, so you keep that shit to yourselves. How about people saying that Ashtray is the last Jake, bro? I mentioned it earlier. It's funny. It's entertaining to me. I mean, their private business has become very not private as of late, so there's not really much to even air out. Like, it's high school. Once one person knows, everyone does. Now, yeah, Aubrey, they were clearly hinting at something going on there, so I would assume that we're gonna get something to have happen there. Oh wait, if Maddie plans on doing anything with that tape, if she gets caught up with this lady and gets, like, in trouble with the law regarding that, that might kind of discredit everything else that she would have to say. That could be something that could happen. DM on Nate's phone in that one episode from his little brother. Oh, yeah. Black and conscious, why would you say that? I mean, that's not much of a theory as it is a given, knowing Nate, Alana. But I'm curious if you have anything else to flesh out with them. Oh wait, I forgot Maddie is now no longer a minor because she just had her birthday party. So yeah, I guess that wouldn't cause any trouble with the law. It would make an interesting story though if she does do anything with it. Who knows what Nate's gonna do? As his own father said, he's a fucking mystery. His whole life's a mystery. I'm going to put you in timeout, fucking conscious, if you say that one more time. I think this is me being really nitpicky, but Maddie's birthday really confuses me. Why? How do you feel about Elliot? I feel like he's a snake. Everyone feels that way. I do not feel that way. I'm like, I think he's just a normal guy who is also addicted to drugs. Not in the same way that Rue is. And he felt really bad after seeing Rue have a complete fucking meltdown. But I think his intentions, aside from cheating, were not entirely malicious. I'm eating Cheez-Its. Oh, it is! Happy early birthday. What's your sign? I don't give a shit. Really? I'm just curious because I think astrology stuff is, like, fun. She's Scorpio, but her birthday right after New Year's. Has there ever been a scene in the show that actually says she's a Scorpio? Being a professional boxer. Oh yeah, for real. Didn't deserve Titan. I mean, it isn't just because he knows that she got the suitcase, like, you know, full of drugs, doesn't mean he knows where it came from or the extent of what happened with that. A Pisces. What's the Pisces again? Is it the twin fish? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, it is a twin fish. Yeah. Again, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not the person who's like, oh, a Pisces, ew. They don't really get along with Sagittariuses like me, so... I just find astrology stuff interesting. Oh, nice, Aubrey. You're on the Elliot hate train. I mean, that's fair enough. They're all being fucking assholes. What's the polar opposite of a Pisces? Cassie's a Pisces? Shit. How do you guys know the signs of these characters? Like, have they ever said them? It does explain a lot. Twin Sharks is pretty badass. The koi fish are also cool though. I should be the most Leo that ever Leo'd. Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I feel like astrology, it's fun to be like, oh, you know, I'm a Sagittarius. My sign is the Centaur, and you know, the Archer, which fucking works so perfect for me because I'm literally an Archer. But yeah, with all this stuff where it's like, oh, they're like super, I don't know, like super fiery personalities where they're this, and this. I'm like, I don't buy that you're able to pinpoint any of that kind of stuff based on when someone is, or what month someone is born in. But it's still fun to know about and, you know, read up on. Vietnam, you're like, no, definite Pisces. Shark's not fish though. Oh, that's true. That is. Wait, no. Sharks are fish. No, you're actually wrong about that. I'm like, sharks are definitely fish. Dolphins are not fish. They're, you know, mammals, whales, and all that. But sharks are fish. Have I watched Hill House? Hell yes, I have. It scared the shit out of me, actually. That was a great show. I have all the reactions for Bly Manor on my channel. But, yeah, I've watched all of Hill House. I liked it a lot. I feel you, Aubrey. What? Yes, I'm Team Fexy. It took me about, I don't know, 30 seconds of their interaction for me to be like, oh yeah, I like this. Also true, without Elliot, there wouldn't have been an intervention in the first place. And as badly as it all went, it did need to happen. Hey, Marcos. What happened to you yesterday? Speaking of archers, do you know when you'll get back to Hawkeye? As soon as I'm able to kind of catch up with the Raised by Wolves Euphoria thing. The fact that they're each like exactly halfway in the week away from each other kind of helps and hurts. But it mostly hurts now just because there were 2 episodes that came out last week, so I got to do that one and then immediately do the new one that's coming out tonight. So yeah. Once I get a free moment, the next thing coming up is going to be Hawkeye. Sharks just swim, they aren't fish, and sharks are mammals too. They're not mammals. Just Google it. Sharks are not mammals. They're big fish. Victoria Pedretti is very, very good. And she is phenomenal in Bly Manor. Get your tissues ready if you plan on watching that. That show in general will probably make you cry. That finale, I was sobbing. it was good shit. Leo is meant to be self-centered and attention hogs. Yeah, you don't really give me that vibe. I was thinking about my friend that lives in the UK randomly, and I started getting these images of him wearing a blue shirt with running. MCU fan cast. Ooh, that would be good, actually. That would be really good. That's a great fan cast. I would love that. Yes, I have seen American Horror Story. Only the first 3 seasons, though. After that, I got bored, and I just didn't care anymore. Tell me why I asked somebody to show me that. I don't know. You gave him the idea, I guess. Aquarius is the only sign that gets along with every other sign. I feel like I get along with everybody. If they're not an asshole. I feel like someone... They're not. I feel like someone has to die before the end of the season. Either Cal for all his sins or Fezco taking the bullet for Mal's. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is either Cal or Fez. And I personally think it's going to be Fez. Yeah, please go feed some milk to a shark. See how that works. Thank you, Dane. Army Hammer would have been such a good... Oh, yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be wild if they changed the character? Like, this Cyclops eats people. That's horrible, because he fucking actually... Oh, that's horrible. So you missed the witch season of... No, I watched Coven, the 3rd one. That was what made me not like it. I was like, Coven was... I'm sorry, Coven I thought was bad. I had 0 fun watching that season. I don't want Fezco to die, though. He's the only character in the show I truly love. I also don't want him to die. He's the only person who seems like a fucking actually good person, but I think he's gonna be the one. Because he was going that day. No, I agreed with you. It's gonna be Cassie when Maddie gets here. I mean, I'm surprised she didn't just start beating her ass in that episode, to be totally honest. I mean, tell me this. In season 1, is Fez around? Yeah. Is he around a whole lot? Not really. In this season, he's around a whole lot. Why have they now decided him, out of all the sub-side characters, is going to actually get a big storyline this season? It's because he's going to die at the end of it. Like, I'm fucking telling you. I am calling it now. I'm really passionate the X-Men in the MCU. Like if they don't cast Jodie Turner as Storm. Oh, yeah. That'd be a good one. Me holding the shark in my hands. This. Please don't do that. If they sleep, they have to find a current to sleep in. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought that sharks would just kind of stop swimming. They'd be like, and just knock the fuck out wherever they're at. I watched Jeepers Creepers last night. Why is everyone watching Jeepers Creepers here lately? All my coworkers also have been like, I just rewatched Jeepers Creepers. Like, did it just pop up on Netflix again or something? I've heard a theory that Ashtray could get taken away and that wasn't as scary as you remember. Yeah, same, actually. I've heard a theory that Ashtray could get taken away, and that gave me anxiety. That would be fucked. Please Fez was originally meant to die in season 1, so it does make sense it would still happen. Yeah, I really think he's gonna be the one. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm pretty sure. And that really fucking blows, man. I still can't believe in that Alice in Borderland episode. I won't spoil exactly what happens, but there is a character who gets their, like throat exploded. And it was very emotional. I was literally crying. As soon as, he was blown up. I was like, damn, this fucking blows, man. Someone in the comment section is just talking about, like, why did you phrase it like that? And I'm like, sorry. Sorry. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I really should have followed that up with no pun intended. Cal hates his family so much, a smart move would be to drain all the bank accounts and move out of the country before he gets caught. That actually would be the smartest move he could do. What the fuck are they gonna do about it? Nothing. First one is actually scary. No, it's on Prime. I know you corrected yourself, but Keepers Creepers is even funnier. Wait, Jeepers? I almost said Keepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers 4 is coming out. For real, Josh, for real. Felt bad for Nate's older brother during Cal's rant. Like, let the man watch this video in peace. I was also like, when he said all the shit you hide on there, I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be fucked up. Like, Elliot made a joke about the scat play. I was like, that's what we're gonna get here, right? And he's just, like, he said some, like, very, lewd, vulgar things, but I was like, I'd do all that. Maybe that just makes me a freak too, but I'm just saying that you could go a lot harder than what he suggested in that. Like, I think one of the things was just like a bukkake, and I'm like, that's not even that bad. Like, what are you even tripping about? No, just again. Marsha really did him dirty showing Kyle that search history. Really did. Like, look at this. It's kind of hot, isn't it? Like, do you want to do any of this stuff? Oh, the peeing and booty holes thing, yeah. I understand that one. Being kind of freaky. But... yeah, I know. I don't think the older brother's weird porn collection isn't that bad of a dark secret. Everyone has a weird porn collection. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, some people have some, like, legitimately illegal shit. Like, really fucked up things. Or even kinks that are not necessarily fucked up, but depending on your perspective, could be really fucking gross. And what he said, I'm like, that's not that bad. Like, that was all pretty... That's all on my list. For real, like, Cal isn't into degrading people. What was that one moment where he was just like, you're gonna come while my tongue's in your ass? That moment took me so by surprise on the show. I was like, holy shit. That was funny. After watching the first season of Alice in Borderland, I decided to spoil the ending of the manga for myself. Not gonna spoil it, but I think American viewers will be pissed. Ooh, I'm curious. Don't tell me, but I'm curious. Laurie is so scary to me. She is the purple bear from Toy Story. Yeah, yeah. 100%. He was misunderstood, but he was also an asshole. Oh wait, yes he is. And the purple bear had a... No, he didn't. The Toy Story movies freaked you out, really? From what I hear, the anime was short-lived. I'm gonna have to wrap this up here pretty soon. The only film I have ever cried at was Dragonheart. Really? I remember I cried at that as a kid too. What do you mean sounded like Sean Connery? It was Sean Connery. Yeah, I cried in that movie too. I was also very upset. I'm like, no, you fucking lied to me. You made it seem like this whole movie, this dragon was gonna fucking live. And then he doesn't. No, yeah, I was upset too. Where all the straight boys love Vinland Saga. What is that? Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, Sailor Moon, and JoJo. I feel like a lot of people like those though. I was scared of everything when I was younger, so just imagine me watching Toy Story and seeing all these toys come alive. Okay, fair enough. I'm trying to think of something that scared me as a kid that wasn't really meant to be scary. Teletubbies. Teletubbies for sure. Scared the fucking shit out of me. Some really dark kid movies out there. Yeah. Not too many, though. Coraline's a pretty cool one. I hope that Maddie doesn't go after just Cassie. Me too, but the fact that she has the tape, like the tape isn't going to affect Cassie in the slightest. That'll only affect Nate and Cal. So I think she's going to give it to them both. I feel like you gotta stick with JoJo until part 4. I can't. I physically can't stomach that show. It's too stupid. I'm sorry. It's too stupid. I can't. Yeah, the original Maleficent did scare me as a kid too. The Black Cauldron as a kid had some very freaky moments in it that still hold up today as pretty freaky. A fear of old black and white movies. I've heard some other people say that, so I know it's not just you. Twitches was awesome. The show's set during the Viking conquest of England. Ooh, that does sound cool. Yeah, Return to Oz was fucking scary. And still is. I rewatched it with my roommate recently, actually. And it's fucking awful. It's awful. It's really awful. I know people watch JoJo for the stupid. I just don't laugh at the stupid. It just makes me roll my eyes and wish I wasn't watching it. Police seems... I don't know. Like, there's so many ways she could go with that. I'm just really hoping she tries her best to not screw over Jules in the process. I know a lot of people are pissed at her right now, but that'll ruin Jules' like whole life. Yep, they did. They did, Justin. Also a good point, Black and Conscious. I agree, Josh. It's too much. The Last Unicorn? I don't know if I've seen that. Rewatching The Wizard of Oz, I'm like, there's nothing really scary in it. Yeah, there's some black and white photos that are quite creepy. It's a lucid dream. A picture of Josephine Baker that haunts you? Was it like the picture of Josephine Baker, but after she had already died? I have seen Marriage Story. That shit made me cry really, really hard. It's a great movie. The tornado Raimi in that movie, to this day, I'm like, I can't believe that's how they did it. Like, that was so fucking smart. They basically put it, like, the tornado in the background is essentially just like a brown colored cloth that's wrapped around like this spindle thing that they could spin really fast. So they're just spinning it and then kind of rotating like the tube of the tornado so it looks like it's moving around. And then just like picking up a little bit of dust or whatever at the bottom with like a fan. It's super smart. It's a movie? I guess I'll have to check it out. Yeah, the Black Delilah case is not for the faint of heart. If anyone wants to look into that. The picture really isn't supposed to be scary, but it's a picture of her smiling, but it's just really creepy to me. I wonder why. Same. Okay. You cried at the same part that I did then. During the big freak out between Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. That shit really hurt, but I didn't cry. I was more like shocked. I was like, holy fuck, this is so much. But that moment at the end where he reads her letter, and he starts getting choked up, where he's like, I fell in love with him the second I saw him. That shit hit me like a ton of bricks. I sobbed. I fucking sobbed at that part. And I was just like, I hate everything. Like, I was so distraught. Hey, Renato. Bam. I love that movie. That's kind of a guilty pleasure one. I'll watch that on repeat quite a bit just because I think it's a very good movie. Matilda was not scary. I don't remember it being scary. Oh, it's actually pretty cool. Alright, I'm approaching 2.5 hours though, so I have to cut it off here. If you have anything else you would like to say before I get out of here, now's the time. Matilda got you into reading. Unfortunately, no powers, you. Hey, Sour Lemon, sorry. Came in right as we are ending now. Scariest Nightmare. Requiem for a Dream. Oh yeah, that movie's fucked up. Loved him 2 seconds. I met him. Okay, yeah, no. Stop. Don't make me like cry about it again. I am me too, Fletcher. Thank you for suggesting it. Honestly, though, corrections. Honestly, I wish you got to see Tales from the Hood because that doll part is mad scary. I'm pissed that it wasn't up on whatever service we were trying to find it on. Aw, I'm grateful for everyone here too, Raimi. But that is that. Thank you all for joining. Good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And that is about it.